Hi, Karen. Great to be with you today. It'd be great if you could just introduce yourself and let people know who you are and where you're based.
Hi, John. My name's Karen, and I'm a consultant vascular radiologist based in Leeds. We go to St George's Church with my husband, and we've got two little girls. We've got Lottie, who's 5, and Sophie, who's 3.
Fantastic. And you've recently come on as a workplace associate at CMF. Could you just tell us a bit about what that means, but actually probably more importantly, what your heart is behind seeing, groups and Christians flourish in the workplace?
Okay, so I have to go back a little bit to start with. So we're going to go back 3 years. And basically, when I was just about to go off on mat leave 3 years ago, I really felt that God was calling me to get more involved in the workplace and to think about sort of setting up Christian groups where people who work in the same hospital could meet and pray together and get to know each other. And I felt that obviously that wasn't a great time, and I kind of pushed it away. But God knows how we all work and the length of time it takes to do things. And that feeling didn't really go away. And in the end, I ended up kind of speaking to different people and the chaplaincy team in Leeds. And we set up a Christian network in Leeds for anybody who's working in the hospital. And we started just with a WhatsApp group. And then through that and trying to set different things up, I'd got involved with Bex, who's one of the Catalyst leaders here for West Yorkshire. He put me in contact with loads of people. And then I suddenly found myself chatting with yourself and Felicia in CMF to come on board to try and set up some networks across the UK and Ireland, really. So I'm doing a volunteer role at the moment with CMF to try and see how far we can get with getting as many networks across the UK and Ireland as possible.
Yeah, fantastic. I mean, we're really excited about it. I mean, what would you say is the real heart behind it? Why bother, I guess, with workplace groups if somebody is thinking, well, what does that look like, and why would that make a difference?
I think workplace groups are a great place to get to know other Christians. And I think we've got 2 main purposes with ours in Leeds. One is that we support and encourage each other as Christians working in the same workplace. It's really nice to get to know who the other Christians are and see each other on a day-to-day basis. The other part is really to be salt and light in the workplace and to spread and share God's love to others around us in a really gentle way. And that may look very differently depending where you're working and what different groups are looking at. But in the moment in Leeds, we're starting to put on sort of COVID allowing some social events, literally meeting for a cup of tea and a cuppa. Everyone's welcome. And then hopefully in December, looking at launching a carol service across the city for everyone. So yeah, it's kind of spreading God's love really across the workplace.
Yeah, fantastic. And I understand you've been making connections outside of Leeds. Could you just tell us a bit about where they are and who you're connecting with?
So to try and establish these networks in different regions, we've been contacting different people. So we've been going through the CMF network and I'm starting to contact all the Catalyst leaders, but also different members of CMF to see if anyone would be interested in joining a network. I've also been contacting lots of members of the chaplaincy team because it's great to have the chaplaincy team on board in the workplace and to get to know them and have their support. And then thirdly, I've been getting in contact with lots of different churches, and I've been doing that really spreading the word through my own church in Leeds, St George's, and kind of that ripple effect where everyone comes from different parts of the country. They've been spreading the word. And I also originally grew up in Gloucestershire, so I've been kind of spreading the word through friends there, from Christian Union friends from university, that's in Nottingham. And actually the response has been, quite large. There are already some Christian networks that are set up. I think Birmingham's got a well-established group, and it's just trying to work together with different people to see whatever was already going on, and also having different links through those people.
Yeah, no, that's great. And I think as you allude to there, it's a great opportunity, isn't it, to see what's already happening and to link into what's happening. If something's not happening, to think how can we start something. So that's really exciting. So for people sort of watching on today, what if they're wanting to start something, if they've got a bit of a heart to start something in their workplace, how would you suggest they start doing that?
Well, the first thing is to pray. To pray for God's vision and to pray that God brings people forward. It's amazing what God does. And when your will's linked in with God's will, things seem to flow incredibly fast, even when you don't realise that they will. So number one, pray. Number two, it's really good to link in with just a couple of friends or a few colleagues in the workplace. And we started ours by setting up a WhatsApp group of 5 of us. And we just prayed. We prayed that people would come forward, and we prayed that God would show us the way forward. And then through that and through word of mouth and local churches, you can get other members to link in. We found personally it's a bit difficult. We're not allowed to advertise in a hospital setting when we first started off. However, our group's grown, and we're now allowed to be a registered network within the trust. So we have trust approval, and that means we're allowed to then advertise. But yes, so pray and form a group. The other thing is contact me. I'm really, really happy to help. So happy for an email. And I'm slowly trying to get to know different people across the UK. So really, it's a case of putting different people in touch with those folk in the right places.
Fantastic. So you're at karen.flood@cmf.org.uk, I believe. So that's probably the best way to contact you. Brilliant. Well, thanks so much for joining us. We're looking forward to hearing more from you at a future date. God bless you. We're praying for you as you do this, and hopefully these connections are going to grow and flourish to God's glory. Thanks, Karen.
Thanks, John.
Thanks, then.